All right, so in regards to what is working on the organ and what is not. So each one of these stops works individually. So you can hear this, maybe. Well, okay, so you can hear that one starting about an octave up. Okay, that works by itself. Flute works by itself. Down. Of course, you'll notice that it gets quieter as the pipe goes up. That's the harp. That's something called Celesta. That's the music box, bells, Carillon. All right. And then we go all the way over here to the grate, which is my second keyboard on the bottom. Okay. All right. What happens, however, is that when I go to use some of these more than one at a time, they don't all work together. So for instance, if I want to use the flute will work with Melodia, it'll work with the open diapason, it'll work with gamba, it'll work with trumpet, clarinet, oboe, and octave. So let's say I want to use flute, which sounds like this, with the oboe, which sounds like that, okay? But if I want to add the trumpet, I can't. So once I've started using two, I typically cannot add a third one unless it's gamba, and that's it. Trumpet, can't use clarinet either. Octave will still work. Okay. So that's what happens with those. So if I use Melodia, I can use the open diapason, gamba, trumpet, and then that's where it stops. I can't use anything beyond those four together. And so this is the top keyboard, okay? If I move down to the lower keyboard, so I have flute, I can use doppel with flute, I can use diapason, I can use string, but I cannot use the 4-inch flute or the piccolo or the fife together, okay? If I want to use the flute, it'll work with string if I do it that way, but none of these other three will work when I have these two down together, okay? So that is how the keyboard is working. So whomever, the guy from Dallas, when he gets here, you know, he needs to play around with these stops and understand that while all these stops individually work just fine, they could be a little bit less muted, but they work generally okay. They are not working together in the way in which they should all work together to create specific harmonies and specific sounds together based on what an organ piece might be asking for. Now the pedals, so we have this one works sometimes, okay, that one works, the flute works, and again, it's that idea that they are all working individually together, but not at the same time, okay? So it's the entire keyboard that is doing this. So again, They work fine individually, but they are not working in sync together as they should.